Jade Mitchell is a fictional character from the Australian soap opera Neighbours, played by Gemma Pranita. Pranita's casting was announced on 7 September 2010 and she began filming her first scenes the day before. The actress was in Russia when she received a call from her agent about the audition for Neighbours. She returned to Australia and her agent managed to get her in on the last day. Pranita won the part of Jade and she was given a 12-month contract with the show. She relocated to Melbourne for filming and she made her first screen appearance as Jade during the episode broadcast on 10 December 2010. In June 2012, Pranita announced her departure from Neighbours. She filmed her final scenes in August and departed on 29 October 2012. Jade is the younger sister of Sonia Mitchell, Eve Morey. Prior to her arrival in Erinsborough, Jade had not seen Sonia for 7 years. Pranita revealed that Jade was holding on to one of Sonia's darkest secrets and that she would have the potential to cause trouble for her. Jade has been described as vivacious, confident and beautiful by a writer for the official Neighbours website. She is an opinionated feminist who has a fighting spirit, while Jade is flirtatious and a bit of a man-eater. Pranita said she is anti-relationships and more interested in finding fun. Jade is a personal trainer and Pranita chose to take up an exercise routine for the role. Jade's early storylines often saw her trying to mend the rocky relationship she had with her sister and bond with her nephew, Callum Jones, Morgan Baker, who she loves and adores. Other storylines have revolved Jade's relationships with men. She immediately clashed with Sonia's partner and kissed Lucas Fitzgerald, Scott Major. Shortly after her arrival, she had a one-night stand with Mark Brennan, Scott McGregor, and developed feelings for her housemate, Kyle Canning. Chris Milligan. The couple initially entered into a friends with benefits arrangement and Jade began an affair with Malcolm Kennedy, Benjamin McNair. Kyle and Jade later started a serious relationship together. Casting. On 7 September 2010, a reporter for the Herald Sun announced Pranita had joined the cast of Neighbours as Jade Mitchell. They said Pranita's character would arrive on Ramsay Street to expose a secret held by her sister, Sonia. Eve Morey. Pranita was in Russia researching Anton Chekhov when her agent called her about an audition for Neighbours. She told a writer for Channel 5 they were holding auditions and I happened to be in Russia doing a Chekhov pilgrimage because I'd received a grant. I just thought, oh well, it's not to be, but then I came back and my agent called and said I can squeeze you in on the last day. So within a week I was moving cities. Pranita was initially given a 12-month contract and she began filming her first scenes on 6 September. She made her first on-screen appearance as Jade in December 2010. During an interview published the Neighbours official website, Pranita revealed that she had found the filming schedule was quite full on and that she was still getting used to the early starts. Development. Characterization. Jade has been described as being vivacious, confident and beautiful by a writer for the official Neighbours website. She has a flirtatious side and a fighting spirit, which means nothing will stand in her way. Jackie Brigel, writing for TV Week, said Jade clearly isn't backward in coming forward when it comes to getting what she wants in life. Pranita told Brigel that Jade is a feminist and a bit of a man-eater. The actress believed that she was not that similar to her character, saying, "She is very opinionated, which I can be. But I don't think I'm brash with my ideas or assert my ideas onto people, which she does." Pranita also said Jade is anti-relationships and more interested in having fun, whereas she has been in a relationship for 5 years. However, when she was asked about what she would like to see in Jade's future, Pranita said she wanted her to meet a love interest who really challenges her and breaks her down a bit, because she's a little bit of a martyr. Quote, Jade is a personal trainer and a fitness freak. Pranita took up exercise during her research for the role, something she had not done before, and commented that she had enjoyed it. In May 2011, Pranita confessed that she had not been able to maintain Jade's fitness routine and that, while she was still into it, her filming schedule had increased. The actress also revealed that she had found that she now shared some similar personality traits with her character. Pranita admitted that she and Jade hide their vulnerability and they do not like putting their issues onto other people. In July 2011, executive producer Susan Bauer revealed Jade would continue to be a naughty girl, and that she was hiding a dark secret. Pranita teased the storyline further, saying Jade was too proud to share her secret with anyone and initially only the audience would know what the secret was. Viewers would also see Jade go on a self-destructive path and becomes involved with an older man. Quote, during an August 2011 interview with Digital Spy's Daniel Kilkley, Pranita said she was pleased with how the audience had responded to her character considering she was a big personality. Pranita quipped that viewers had forgiven her brash approach and said they liked having a strong female character around. Asked if she had managed to put her own stamp on the character, Pranita revealed, I think there has been a marriage between the work I've done and what the writers have created. So we have inspired each other. Jade has developed into exactly what I would like her to be. Pranita said she was pleased that Jade was getting her own storylines away from her sister, as it gives her the opportunity to discover new things about her character. She added that Jade was starting to become tri-dimensional and the audience were learning that she is quite complex. Pranita later called her character beautifully flawed. Family. Before her arrival in Erinsborough, Jade had been estranged from her sister for 7 years. Jade called Sonia out of the blue and Pranita explained. Sonia's response is, "Why are you calling me? Why now? Don't come anywhere near me." But Jade keeps ringing and harassing Sonia and then rocks up on her doorstep. Jade's appearance on her doorstep sends Sonia into a panic. Pranita told TV Week's Jackie Brigel that the history between Jade and Sonia is bad and that Jade is holding one of Sonia's darkest secrets. Pranita believed that Jade had the potential to cause a lot of trouble for Sonia and expose her for lying to the people around her. She added that Jade would completely rock the boat. Maury revealed that the last time Sonia saw her younger sister was when she left her son, Callum Morgan Baker, with their grandmother, Hilda Maureen Edwards. Sonia believes that Jade has come to Erinsborough to get some revenge. When Jade learns that Sonia has been living with Callum and that he is unaware of who she really is, she urges her sister to tell him the truth. However, after seeing how happy the family is, Jade changes her mind. Pranita stated that Jade and Sonia's relationship was initially very rocky, but after Jade sees how happy her sister is, she becomes fiercely supportive of her. Pranita said, "It's almost the Mitchell sisters against Ramsay Street," of her role in the Sonia Callum storyline. Pranita told a writer for the show's official website, "I was overwhelmed and completely intimidated, especially since Jade is such a confident character. I was so nervous and terrified, but I had to exude confidence, which was really hard. But at the same time it was thrilling. I was definitely thrown in the deep end with a bang." Susan Bauer said Jade loves and adores her sister and nephew, and she quipped that the audience could tell Jade is not a cold fish. Jade does not initially get on well with Sonia's partner, Toadfish Rebecchi, Ryan Maloney. Pranita said both characters struggle with each other. She told a reporter for Channel 5, "It's a very push-pull relationship and they can both be quite fiery, so they really lay into each other." Jade and Toadie eventually learn they both have a secret passion for board games and they begin to bond with one another. When Sonia suffers a pregnancy scare, she immediately confides in Jade, who is level-headed about the situation. She encourages her sister to take a second pregnancy test just to be sure. Pranita later stated that Jade and Sonia would continue to support each other as sisters. Relationship with Kyle Canning. When Pranita was asked which character she would like Jade to start a relationship with, she chose Kyle Canning. Chris Milligan. She thought Jade and Kyle's contrasting personalities would work together, saying, "They're opposites and personally, I really enjoy working with Chris. I think the characters can learn a lot from each other. Jade is very worldly and smart and Kyle has a more simple and uncomplicated nature." Jade eventually develops feelings for Kyle, and Pranita believed her character's feelings were for real and said it had taken her by surprise. Jade and Kyle share a house together, and on the night of their housewarming party they kiss, making Jade fall for Kyle even more. However, she is frustrated when Kyle reveals that he still sees her as a friend. Pranita told a Channel 5 reporter that Jade is trying to fight her feelings for Kyle because she is terrified of relationships. However, she does want him. Jade decides to let go of her reservations and gets dressed up to make a move on Kyle. They have sex and Kyle suggests they engage in a friends with benefits arrangement, to which Jade agrees. Pranita told an Inside Soap journalist that Jade agrees to the arrangement as it is her way of working Kyle out of her system. But the opposite happens and she falls in love with him. Kyle is unaware of Jade's feelings for him and he flirts with local nurse Danielle Paquette, Georgia Bolton, in front of her. Jade becomes jealous and Pranita said she has never been affected like that before and is unsure how to handle it. Jade's situation gets worse as her new housemate, Reese Ben Barber, notices how uncomfortable she is around Kyle and Danielle. Reese confronts Jade and she denies her interest in Kyle because she is scared Reese will tell him of this. Pranita said, deep down, she's afraid that if Kyle ever finds out the truth about her feelings, he'll simply reject her. Pranita quipped that Jade is too proud to admit she has fallen for someone. But Reese becomes determined to make Jade face up to reality. Pranita explained, "It's really challenging having that dynamic in the house, with another person knowing her secret. She knows he'll use it to blackmail her eventually." Kyle leaves Erinsborough for a few weeks to care for his sick mother. He returns in time for Christmas, where he gives Jade a handmade photo frame at a housemate's lunch. Pranita told Lucy Walker of TV Week that Jade is touched by the gift as Kyle used his money to make her something meaningful. She is also surprised that he went to that much effort for her, and the gesture makes Jade fall for Kyle even more. The couple share a passionate kiss under some mistletoe, and Jade takes the opportunity to open up to Kyle about her commitment issues. She reveals that she was physically abused by her ex-boyfriend. Pranita explained, she's never told anyone, not even her sister, Sonia. But Jade's a vault like that, and as hard as it is for her to talk about it, deep down there's an element of relief to share a part of her life with him. It is so difficult for her to talk about her personal life to anyone. So that's a really big deal. Quote, "The moment between Jade and Kyle is ruined when Kyle learns of her relationship with Malcolm Kennedy." Benjamin McNair. Jade tells Kyle that she only went with Malcolm to get over him, but it was unsuccessful. Jade then declares her love for Kyle, but he turns his back on her and Jade decides to leave Erinsborough and go to Sydney. However, she changes her mind at the last minute and decides not to get on the coach because she cannot leave Kyle. Jade then finds Kyle has come to stop her and they kiss. The conclusion to Jade and Kyle's "will they, won't they" storyline aired during Neighbours' 2011 season finale week. When asked about Jade and Kyle finally becoming a couple, Pranita told Inside Soap's Jason Herberson, "Kyle is definitely thinking, 'Thank God she's finally come round.'" Single quote. "But I'm sure he's walking on eggshells because Jade is still so guarded." Pranita explained that Jade has a lot of rules when it comes to relationships and she is on a huge emotional journey. The actress said that Jade wants to enjoy it, but cannot help worrying about when it will all stop. Jade's relationship with Kyle ends in July 2012, after Kate confesses that they kissed. Kate is feeling guilty about her kiss with Kyle and she tells Jade in the middle of the street. Jade then makes it clear that she wants nothing more to do with Kate. Pranita told TV Week's Jackie Brigel and Erin Miller that the news comes a complete shock to Jade, and she is not sure how to process it in the moment. Pranita revealed she had no clue, not a hint, that something was happening between them. Jade allowed herself to fall completely for Kyle. She felt as though she was in this amazing place and now Kate bursts that bubble in the most shocking of ways. The actress explained that Jade feels it is the worst sort of betrayal and after she confronts Kyle, she goes into self-defense protection mode and decides to eliminate him from her life. Pranita stated that she understands her character's reaction as she needs time to process and reflect. However, it is hard for her to punish Kyle as she really loved him. Other relationships = Lucas Fitzgerald = Shortly after her arrival, Jade sets her sights on Lucas Fitzgerald. Scott Major. After spending the evening flirting with him, she kisses him. Pranita said Jade thinks Lucas is cute and there is an attraction between them. Of the kiss, Pranita said, "Jade and Lucas have only just met, but Jade is very free-spirited and does things on impulse. Lucas pulls away from the kiss as he has feelings for someone else, but Sonia witnesses it and is angry with her sister." Pranita admitted that she was nervous about filming the scene as it was her first screen kiss and it occurred during her first week on the show. When asked if the kiss is the start of a romance for Jade and Lucas, Pranita said that Jade is caught up with a lot of family issues for the moment, but anything could happen in the future. In February 2011, Pranita commented on Jade and Lucas, saying they are both strong characters, who are quite similar as they are loners who dance to their own beat. Major also said that he would like his character to have a romance with Jade. Lucas and Jade become friends after the kiss and they often argue, which led to Major calling their relationship a love-hate standoff. Major revealed that he had asked the writers to put Lucas and Jade together, but they did not seem keen. Mark Brennan In April 2011, a reporter for TV Week stated that Jade would have a one-night stand with Mark Brennan. Scott McGregor. Jade and Mark grow closer after he goes for a drink at Charlie's. They play pool together and then find themselves kissing. Pranita told the reporter that Jade is risking the wrath of her close friend Kate Ramsey, Ashley Brewer, who recently broke up with Mark. She said Jade doesn't consider Kate in that moment, as she knows she's broken up with Brennan and doesn't appreciate that it's just not cool to hook up with other people's exes. But I think Kate will be horrified and shocked and angry. McGregor told Digital Spy's Daniel Kilkley that he did not think Jade and Mark would have made a good match, and that it was a one-off thing. He added that in some ways they regret it, but in others, they do not. Pranita later revealed that what Jade had learnt from the one-night stand with Mark was not to risk a friendship for a man again. Malcolm Kennedy Jade befriends Malcolm Kennedy in October 2011, and they begin flirting with each other. Susan Hill from the Daily Star said Jade uses Malcolm to distract her from her feelings for Kyle. The fact Malcolm is married appeals to her because she knows there is no chance of a relationship there. Jade tells her sister that she is no longer thinking about Kyle and a concerned Sonia tries to warn her off Malcolm. However, Jade decides she needs some fun and reckons he is the person to help her. Jade and Malcolm's innocent flirting turns into something more serious when they arrange a late-night rendezvous. Malcolm reminds Jade he is married, but that does not stop them from kissing. Pranita said her character is a commitment phobe, and she told a TV Week writer the reason she goes to Malcolm is purely to gain some sort of control back in her life because everything's spiraling out of control due to these feelings she has for Kyle. Her default position is to go back to what she knows, which is to hook up with men who won't want anything serious. Like taken men are people who are up for a one-night stand. He's like a safety harness, really. Malcolm and Jade's affair comes to an end when Carl Kennedy, Alan Fletcher, finds out about it. Jade does not appear to be fussed about the end of the affair, and Malcolm is left a little rattled by her reaction. Troy Miller In late 2011, Jade opened up to Kyle about her past and revealed that she had been in a relationship with an abusive man. Pranita revealed to Jeff Shearer of the Courier Mail that Jade's ex would be introduced to the show in the new year. When Troy Miller, Dieter Brummer, returned to Ramsey Street in May 2012, Jade appeared horrified at his reappearance, and in an explosive development, it was revealed that he was her abusive ex-boyfriend. Claire Crick from All About Soap commented that Troy stooped to a new low when he seemed almost proud of the fact that he was once heavy-handed with Jade. Crick went on to say, "We're so used to seeing Jade as the feisty fitness freak who's always in control. But Troy clearly has a hold over her that no one else has. She's still terrified of her ex. And it seems she's got good reason to be. We always knew he was a bad egg. But who'd have thought he was nasty enough to hurt his girlfriend?" Pranita explained that she had to some research into domestic, physical and emotional violence for the storyline, as she had never been in an abusive relationship. Troy was Sonia's ex-boyfriend and the biological father of Callum. He returned to try and win custody of his son. After Callum confronts his father about reneging on a deal they had, Troy snaps and refuses to let him leave his house. Both Sonia and Jade become anxious at the development and eventually burst through the door and get Callum out. But Troy then locks them inside. Pranita revealed Jade is taking on the very protective auntie role of looking after Callum. But she also knows Callum has no idea about how much of an untamed wild animal Troy is. Now, locked in the house with, she feels this is history repeating itself. Jade loathes Troy more now than she ever has. The actress found the scenes were some of the toughest she has ever shot, as they were unlike the normal drama they usually filmed. She called the storyline intense, and found it harder than normal to let go of it when she went home. Pranita later stated that the Troy storyline had been her most difficult storyline to film during her time on Neighbours. Departure. On 8 June 2012, Fiona Byrne of the Herald-Sun reported Pranita would be departing Neighbours. Byrne revealed that the actress had been offered a contract extension, but she had decided to leave. Pranita stated, "The decision was made with a heavy heart as I love this job. But I just felt that 2 years was long enough to play one character. I became an actor to play lots of different characters, and while Jade has been an amazing role, I feel I want to challenge myself to do other things." She explained that she had enjoyed working on Neighbours, that she would miss her co-stars, in particular Milligan and Maury. The actress took a break at the end of June to spend time with her boyfriend, before filming Jade's departure storyline. Pranita filmed her final scenes on 9 August. Pranita teased that heart will be broken and lots tears will be shed when Jade leaves. While executive producer Richard Jasek revealed Jade would be presented with an amazing opportunity. Jade is given the chance to work in the United States, and she and Kyle begin a long-distance relationship. On her return, Jade asks Kyle to accompany her. However, after Kyle learns that she is going back to the US for a year, he states that his life is in Erinsborough. He then breaks up with Jade. When asked if her heart went out to Kyle, Pranita said, "Of course. I'm someone who has been in a long-distance relationship myself. I think it's always harder being the person who's left behind, since the other person is on a new crusade and adventure." Kyle and Jade have this awful, mutual breakup where they're both crying. Jade departed on the 29th of October 2012. Storylines. Jade comes to Erinsborough to visit her estranged sister Sonia and mend their relationship. Jade drags Sonia out for a drink and ends up kissing Sonia's friend Lucas Fitzgerald. When Jade tells Sonia she has nowhere else to go, Sonia allows her to stay with her. Jade starts teaching yoga at the local gym, and befriends Kate Ramsey. When she gets in trouble for flashing at Charlie's bar, Sonia tells her to leave. Zeke Kinski, Matthew Workmeister, invites Jade to stay next door at the Kennedy house. When Sonia partner, Toadfish Rebecci, returns home, Sonia is forced to introduce Jade to him and his son, Callum. Jade then realizes that Callum is Sonia's son and threatens to tell him the truth. But once she sees how happy Callum is, she decides to keep Sonia's secret and moves in with her sister. Jade clashes with Toadie Clash several times, but their relationship improves when they discover they have a mutual love of board games. When Callum's great-grandmother dies, it prompts him to try to find his mother. Callum eventually learns Sonia is his mother, and Jade comforts her sister when Toadie throws them out. Jade asks Kyle Canning to help her attract female gym clients, but has to fire him when he is late for a meeting with a client. Jade has a one-night stand with Kate's ex-boyfriend, Mark Brennan. Kate ends their friendship. They later make up when Jade apologizes. Jade agrees to move in with Kyle at number 26. During the housewarming party, Kyle and Jade kiss, but Jade is disappointed when Kyle says it did not mean anything. Michelle Tran, Hi Holla, moves into the spare room, but she soon annoys Jade and Kyle. Jade and Kyle have sex and enter into a friends with benefits arrangement. Michelle later exposes Jade and Kyle's arrangement to Sonia and Lucas. Kyle then invites Reese Lawson, Ben Barber, to move in. Kyle admits that he has feelings for Jade, but she rejects him. She later has an affair with Malcolm Kennedy, despite knowing he is married. Jade is touched when Kyle gives her a handmade photo frame for Christmas and she opens up to him about her abusive ex-boyfriend and her commitment issues. The moment is ruined when Kyle learns of her affair with Malcolm. When Jade tells Kyle that she loves him, he walks away and she decides to leave. Just before she boards a coach to Sydney, Kyle finds her and tells her he loves her too. When Jade needs to boost her business, she comes up with the idea for a singles boot camp. Kyle asks Jade to move into his room, but she states that she is not ready, although she does love him. Kyle's grandmother, Sheila Kalebman, arrives and make it clear that she does not think Jade is the right girl for Kyle. Lawyer Charlotte McKemie, Meredith Penman, tells Jade that she has some clients who are looking to franchise her singles booth camp idea. Sonia's ex-partner, Troy Miller, moves on to Ramsey Street, and when Jade confronts him, it emerges that Troy was her abusive ex-boyfriend. Jade explains that she has medical records proving that he hit her and she gives them to Toadie to help his custody case. Jade explains to Sonia and Kyle that she was young and lonely when she fell for Troy. Jade later gives evidence at a mediation meeting. Troy locks Callum in his house and Jade and Sonia manage to get him out before being locked in themselves. As Troy explains that he just wants to spend time with his son, Jade punches him in the stomach and she and Sonia escape. Troy ends up in hospital with a head injury and he claims that Jade attacked him. The police come to question Jade and she realizes that she could face manslaughter charges if Troy dies. Troy regains consciousness and tells the police that Jade was not responsible for his injuries. Troy later dies and Jade admits that she is relieved. Kate tells Jade that she and Kyle kissed, and a devastated Jade orders Kyle to leave the house. Sheila later apologizes to Jade for encouraging Kate to go after Kyle. Jade is touched when Kyle organizes a party for her and when one of her clients asks her out. She turns him down as she is not over Kyle. She then admits to Kyle that she still loves him and they get back together. Jade purchases Lou Carpenter's Tom Oliver share of Kyle's business and demonstrates her skill in negotiating a lower price from hardware suppliers. Jade learns that some potential investors from the United States want to buy the rights to her Singles Boot Camp franchise, and she decides to go to Los Angeles for 6 months to sort out the deal. Jade returns home a couple of times to see Kyle and Sonia. She later tells Kyle that she has been offered the chance to stay in Los Angeles for a year and he decides to break up with her, as he cannot leave Erinsborough. Jade thinks about staying, but Kyle tells her that she has to go and Jade leaves for Los Angeles. Reception. Upon Jade's introduction, a reporter from the Daily Record said she looks like she's set to cause some trouble. Alan Fletcher, who plays Carl Kennedy, praised Pranita's addition to the cast. David Barnsby, writing for television magazine TV Buzz, commented that anything is possible with Jade because she is such a live wire. Jackie Stephen of the Daily Mail called Jade a busybody. A writer for Holy Soap said Jade's most memorable moment was when she found out Callum's name and realized he was Sonia's son. Another writer for the website branded her a serial flirt, following her one-night stand with Mark. Sarah Ellis of Inside Soap said that Jade would be better off if she set her sights on kind-hearted Kyle. Ellis later wondered how long Kyle and Jade's friends with benefits deal would last until they saw what the rest of the world could. Inside Soap ran a poll asking viewers to vote for their favorite soap personal trainer and Jade come second, earning 10% of the vote. Tess Lanacraft from TV Buzz questioned whether Jade and Kyle would ever get together and said she could not keep watching them skirt around each other for much longer. During a feature on soap couples that should be together, another Inside Soap columnist said Kyle should give up lusting after Kate and realize Jade is the one. They opined that while neither of them have had a relationship for more than 24 hours, it does put them on an even playing field. Cameron Adams of the Herald-Sun later called Jade and Kyle's relationship "Bumby," and he said Jade is an alpha female whose kryptonite is Valentine's Day. During Troy's return storyline, the Daily Record's Sarah Morgan commented, "Jade is a woman on a mission to get Troy out of her family's life once and for all. Although we can understand why she's driven to punch him in the face, we hadn't realized how tough she is as, with one swipe of her fist, he ends up in a coma." Diane Butler, writing for the Herald-Sun, branded the character Alpha Jade. References. External links. Jade Mitchell at the official O Neighbours website. Jade Mitchell at the official UK Neighbours website.